Hello again, Seth here from macOS10screencast.com. In this planned to be a brief screencast about how to speed up your Macintosh, which was only thought to talk about login items and how to speed up login times, I found that it's much more useful for you to tell you things about kernel extensions and LaunchAgents as well. That's why I decided to make this screencast a bit longer than it was planned previously. And before I begin with the screencast, let me tell you something. If you screw up your system, don't ask me for any help, because it's very, 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 very likely that I can't help you with your problem. Please go to a forum, ask these guys. Those are very familiar usually with their systems. They can help you with your problem. If you want, you can ask in the comments, but it's very, very likely that no one can answer your question. If you screw up your system, I can't be held responsible. This is just as a disclaimer for me, for you, to make it safe for me to do this screencast. Before you do anything to your computer, anything which involves having administrator privileges, please, please, please make a backup copy of your system disk. You never can say this too often. Please make backups of everything you have before changing anything important. And what we are about to see in this screencast is very important stuff. So please, again, please make backups of your system. In the last part of this screencast, I show you how to restore from your backups. Now, to begin this screencast, I'd like to tell you how to considerably increase login times with a little Apple script I wrote. I put together almost from the web and certain other sources. You see, this script is divided into two parts. It has a remove app list at the beginning, and to execute this, or this is meant to be used with the login items you find in the system preferences. Here you see a couple of apps which added themselves to this login items list. And to make the script work, you have to disable in each of these applications that they are launched at login, because some of them, like those four probably, add themselves when the application is being executed. So the application checks if it's being part of the login items. If it's not in the list, itself adds itself again to this list. The way the script works is it takes each of these login items and then executes them not all at once, but it executes them after 10 seconds from the previous one. Just add your applications to this list, and you see the delay below. You can customize the setting from the delay. If you want to, let's say, have 20 seconds, just write 20 seconds here, and in the upper section, just write in the upper line, just write down all the applications you want to execute. To find the application's name, just go to the login items list and write down the name exactly as it's being shown in this list, and write it just down in the Apple script you see on the left hand side. Now, some of these applications add themselves back to the login items list, even though they don't have such an option not to being executed at login, like a text expander has, or text expander does. In this case, you have to always remove those items from the list. Therefore, I've created this upper script which just removes every application which adds itself to this list. And to customize this, again, just add every application you want not to be executed at login to this list. So Keyboard Maestro Engine and Dropbox, for instance, and Alfred, and again, yeah, that's it. And when I execute this script now, you will see that the applications will be removed from the list on the right hand side. This is the upper script, and again the lower script just does make things go faster at login, because not every application is being executed at once. Save the script now on your computer somewhere as an application. Now you can close. You can re-edit this script by dragging it to the Apple script editor if you want at later times. Oh, let's say if you don't want to execute OmniFocus anymore, just save it right from the Apple script editor. And now the last thing you want to do, or you need to do, is just drag this script to the list. And this is usually the only thing that's left after this little tweak to your system. The next thing I'd like to show you is how to get rid of unnecessary or unwanted processes. Now, to find unnecessary processes, first you have to have a little program which tells you which programs or which processes are running. To do this, go to the utilities folder in your applications folder and execute this little program called Activity Monitor. This lists all running processes in a very useful list. You can resort this list by process name, process ID, and here you see all running processes. Here you see in list column the user which executes this list, or this process, sorry. You can change this list to show all processes hierarchically, and now you see all running processes which derive from launch daemon. You can also filter or sort this list by cant, and you will see at the very bottom of this list I have a PowerPC application which is called HX Server, which is running currently. It's executed by the root user, and to get rid of this process, which is probably not necessary because it's a PowerPC, just quit process from the top menu bar, enter your administrator password, and you see now that this process has gone from this list. Hey, yeah. Now, this wasn't a very important process, of course. There are many or much more important processes like launched, I told you before. Now, you don't want to get rid of very important processes like launched. The system probably won't let you kill this process. You see in this list, like the auto FSD is usually something from the system. Cleanup daemon, this looks like being a daemon by my clean app I've downloaded from the web, and iStat local daemon also looks like it's being executed by me. But let's say what's cron? If you don't know what cron is, there's a little list of processes I found on the web, which lists all processes which might be running on your system. Just search this list, and here you see in our case now we have cron, which is supposed to be a daemon running cron jobs. Okay, so this sounds important, but I said local daemon probably isn't that important for our system. And if you want to have more, or bcserve, let's say, search for bcserve. bcserve is not listed in this list again, so we might want to search it on Google. I can tell you, bcserve isn't listed in this list. It is my Backblaze background service, which is my online backup. Now, there are some processes which might respawn in this list even if you kill them. Let's say, for instance, the core audio daemon. If your audio hangs, you can kill this process, and then it's being respawning. But core audio daemon is not a launch agent like other processes are. Now, what a launch agent is, a launch agent is something which launch